How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield. How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield. All right, what's up, warriors? I am in studio with Dr. Julia, and we're going to be hanging out today. So welcome back, Battlefield of the Mind. Dr. Julia in the house. Dr. Julia is going to be helping out with the medicine element of the Warrior's Way. She's going to be helping our guys and our gals out with a lot of very cool things. So, Dr. J, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little? What do you do? What's your thing? And then why don't you get into what's your thing?
What's my thing? Okay. Rick, first of all, thanks for having me on. And then also, basically about me, I am a naturopathic doctor who 25 years ago found out I had breast cancer and I refused chemical therapy and radiation. I literally was told by medical doctors that I would be dead, to the point where I wouldn't even see my son graduate from high school. And I've been blessed to see him graduate with high school, bachelor's and master's degree. I've always taken my health very personal. As a child, I was ill all the time, bleeding ulcer in 7th grade, bleeding colon in 9th grade. And thank goodness I had a wonderful mother that said, you know, let's go to the library. You read up on things, you know your body, you take care of yourself. So that's how it all started. Got involved with colon hydrotherapy because that is my special. Got involved with colon hydrotherapy when I was probably 21 years old. Had it with the medical doctors with stomach aches, stomach problems, and met a gal from Alabama that I literally drove to Alabama 4 times a year, spent weekends with her, and did colon hydrotherapy. That was the only thing that changed my whole gut around. The importance of good bacteria, eating good digestive enzymes is all part of gut health. But in order to have good gut health, you have to clean the gut like you do cleaning dishes. I tell people, look at that saucer with that cup on it. That cup looks like it's clean, but you take it off of the saucer, and the saucer is dirty underneath, and so it's not clean. So people truly believe that if they go to the bathroom every 3-4 days, they're doing well. But no, if you're eating 3 meals a day, you should be going to the bathroom 3 meals a day. So it's just a matter of educating people on the importance of good bacteria, digestive enzyme, good quality food, and cleanses. And then when I do educate people, I let them know for sure the importance of the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the spleen, everything that has to do with digestion. We all think just stomach, but no, it's a lot more than the stomach.
There's a lot going on too. And the hydrocolonics and all the things that you do, you make sure people are cleaned out. I call it changing the oil.
Yes.
You gotta change your oil. And I think it's wild
Mm-hmm.
that people drive around in this thing their whole life and never change their oil ever.
Yeah, I know.
So when it comes to like some of the things that you're really passionate about to make sure people can also be healthy, what are some passion areas for you that you're like, this is a serious thing for me. I take these conversations to heart. What are some of the areas?
Well, all disease stems from the colon, I believe. I also, when I used to do education with kids in school, I would always educate them that bad attitude is bad bowels. If you're not happy, your bowels aren't happy. Another thing that I'm very passionate about is muscle testing. When the body knows that something's wrong and we're not getting answers from medical doctors, then I do what is called applied kinesiology or muscle testing. And I can find out, is this emotional, structural, or nutrition? And then we work on that part. If it is structural, I have some chiropractors I recommend. If it's emotional, I have people that I suggest that they go and talk to. But if it is diet and cleanses, then it's me. And lots of times it's not just diet and cleanses. You're holding back a lot of emotions that are causing problems.
Like you said, if you're like unhappy bowels, that shows unhappy people.
Yes.
Maybe that's why they tell people you're being shitty.
Yeah, probably, Rick.
That's why you're
Probably.
you're being really shitty today. It's
You're
like
really, yeah,
angry bowels.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
you.
You're a little shithead.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
You
are.
gotta go see Dr. Julia. She's gonna help sort you out. You gotta clean that shit up.
Yeah, so that's my passion really is colon hydrotherapy. And just educating people on eating well. It's just amazing how people think that they're eating healthy. And when I ask them just to give me a typical day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's all sugars and carbs. And so, yes, I mean, it's just trying to educate people on healthy eating. And then when you start cleaning the gut and the large intestine, because that's what colon hydrotherapy is just cleaning the large intestine. I'm not cleaning the small. I'm cleaning the large intestine. It's amazing what you see coming out. You see fecal matter, you see undigested foods, and you do see parasites. And yes, world, you do not have to live in a third world country to have parasites. We all have them.
All right, let's get into parasites because I'm big on parasite cleansing. You're the person who helps me get the stuff that I use to take parasite cleansing, and it's been highly effective to kill parasites. Please tell us the value, importance, or how this process works because we got to kill bugs.
Yes, we have to kill bugs. And I tell people babies have babies. So if you have a parasite in you, it's not just one parasite because that parasite is peeing in you, pooping in you, and having reproductive babies in you. So it is just multiplying, multiplying, and multiplying. And if you give it a bad environment to live in, too much yeast and bacteria, fungus, all of that, they just thrive. But what people don't realize is when the bowels can't get rid of stuff, whether it's parasite, food, garbage, poop, then through the tissues, it gives it to the bloodstream, and that's called leaky gut syndrome. And leaky gut syndrome is all that garbage that is then going into your blood literally travels throughout your body. And that, to me, as a naturopathic doctor, is what causes high blood pressure. Because if your blood is stressed and thick, of course it's going to be high. So all the pills in the world are not going to take care of it. Diet takes care of it. And then it goes to the brain. And now you have foggy brain, forgetfulness. I mean, I have a real hard time with this Alzheimer's dementia stuff because it's throwing it at everybody. That's what they have. That's what they have. That's what they have. And it's just a matter of let's clean the blood, let's eat good, let's get good nutrients in the blood and in the brain. And then there's fish oils that are so important for the brain. But one of the things with the brain is so many medications get rid of the cholesterol, and 80% of the brain is cholesterol. So that's another fallacy, is these ridiculous cholesterol numbers that we hear about all the time.
But I don't want high cholesterol, do I?
Oh
no, but the commercials on TV say.
Oh, exactly.
All right, go ahead and debunk that. What's that mean? Like, I don't want high cholesterol. Doesn't that make me sick?
Well, let's look at the numbers. My cholesterol is considered high because the HLD, which is your good cholesterol, is high. It's so high it's flagged, and you want it high. The LDL is very low, and that's flagged because it's too low. And then the triglycerides, which is how much sugar is my body bringing in, is low. So when you have your high good cholesterol and low bad cholesterol and low sugars, then that will have your total cholesterol way too high, and it's not. So I suggest to people when people tell me that their doctor wants to put them on different types of cholesterol meds, I just say, send me your blood work because I got to see what the problem is. And, if it's triglycerides that are high, then we have to talk about sugars. If it's LDLs are high, are too high, we have to talk about the bad cholesterol, because the bad cholesterol is how it goes through the veins, and if the blood is struggling, then of course there's going to be problems, and it all has to do with blood.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What's up, warriors? All right, you guys are listening to this show, and I hope you're loving it. But right now, I need you to know we actually do real deep work psychology. What the Warriors Way mindset is a battlefield philosophy applied to human transformation. Together we rise and we train our men to be better men every day. There's goodness in you. We want to train you to be undeniably great. And so this isn't branding, this is tactical doctrine to help us so that we train together because our families and this world need strong men again. This is the way. Click the link to join in with our community, start training in our programs today, and I look forward to getting on the battlefield with you. All right, so I don't want to mess it up though. So I got to make sure, all right, I want to make sure I do it right. First, I got bugs to kill. Then I got cholesterol to watch out for. What else do I got to cleanse out here? I'm going to send you my blood work. What are we going to do? What else do we got?
Well, I'm going to look to see what your liver enzymes are, because if the liver has to filter everything we eat, we drink, we put on our skin, we breathe. So if the liver enzymes are high or out of whack, then we need to start looking at, okay, do I need a liver cleanse? Do I just need liver enzymes? What's going on? Then let's look at the kidneys. How's your kidneys filtering?
Let's take a look. Listen, I think my kidneys, I was overworking this one. I meant to give you my blood work. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. I meant to give it to you. I never did. I got it printed out for you.
So creatine's high.
Yeah, it's because I take creatine.
Yeah, you take it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Then of course, then it's going to be high.
It's high. Listen, shameless plug, throwing out there for Jocko.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I've been taking creatine. That's why.
Okay. Calcium is high. So are you on calcium supplements? What's going on with calcium?
I don't think I'm on calcium supplements. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Then that would be something that I'd say, okay, why is the calcium high? Because we don't want high calciums because it causes bone spurs and kidney stones. And then it could just be because of the fact that the kidneys aren't filtering everything. So that's why. Let's see what else we got here. Everything else looks pretty good. I don't really look. They run all these different types of.
I did the works on this one. I want to do all. Tests.
They run all these different types of blood work and everything, but blood changes every second. So when I see different numbers that are high in different types of blood panels, it's like, okay, let's look at your history. Has this always been high, or is this something new just because of something going on? So I honestly do not worry about.
I ate like an entire bowl of ice cream right before this blood test. You think that would have mattered? Like a tub of ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Would that change something? And I also was killing Oreos on the way to the place.
So you had a nice little sugar.
Yes. So I ate like a tub of ice cream, but and then I had a whole bunch of Oreos. That's not going to mess with my blood work.
Oh, not at all.
That wouldn't have at all. And I threw a couple beers in before I went out there too.
Oh, okay.
That wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Not at all, Rick. Hopefully you're not lactose intolerant.
Oh, is that a problem? Because I drank a gallon of milk before that too.
Okay. It's because if you're lactose intolerant and then you start throwing all that the lactose sugars on it, it's like, wow.
Wait, that's not parasite cleansing? I thought I was cleansing. It was very effective.
Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was. How much did you poop?
All of it.
All of that.
Actually, I pooped all the poop.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. So I'm looking to see about liver numbers here. So again, the very first thing that I always do is I just look at the organs. Another thing is when your liver is not filtering. And okay, so let's say you walk into my office and you got a big round belly, protruding belly. You're swollen. You got ankle swelling. You got wrist swelling. You're just swelling. And also you're breathing very hard. So you can tell that, you're having a breathing problem. That tells me that that 3 elimination systems are already shutting down: liver, kidneys, and lungs. And when one elimination system starts to shut down, then the other ones have to take over. And then when another one shuts down, another one has to take over. And that's why it's so important. I have people that say, oh, I don't believe in doctors and blah, 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 blah. And I go, wait a minute. What's wonderful about doctors is that they have all the fancy equipment and all the testing that you can do, that you can get your blood work, and then you can say, okay, I've got my blood work. 2025, I'm going to see what it said in 2024, see what it said in 2023. You need to keep an eye on your blood work. People, just like you keep an eye on your oil changes, you need to keep an eye, because when you see something is going on, you can correct it, but you can't correct it if it's been 10 years down the lane. I mean, it takes that's a hard thing to correct. So yes.
Well, I'm a little concerned because, like, I know sometimes when I see you, I just got done working out,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll be out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
And then after my workout, I'm a little swole. And so you say if you're swollen out of breath, you should really be worried. I'm like, I don't know, Doc. I've been working hard for this one.
No, Rick. I know you and your and your workout schedule. Good Lord, no.
Okay, all right.
No.
I was making sure it's like, is my blood bad? Because
No. Oh no.
I went benching today. Is that bad?
Yeah. You went benching.
It's leg day. Hold on.
No.
Just kidding. But no, I can see where people get worried. I remember I meant to give you this because I wanted to get my blood done, but you know, I was also going very hard on, like you said, creatine and certain things that are going on in here where I was going very hard. And we talked about, like, we guinea pig a little bit, like, well, let's try this supplement to see what it does. But then, like you said, the next time I'll go and I'm like, yeah, I stopped doing that one because I felt like this. And then now it's like, oh, well, all of your numbers are better. So it was the thing you were experimenting with. But keeping up on your blood work, super important.
Oh, very important. Very. And another thing that I always suggest to people, because they do have a hard time with their doctor for some reason, whether they had an issue and nothing was being taken care of. I love these pop-up labs that are all over, Lab Anytime, Quest. You can walk in and say, okay, I'm doing a liver cleanse. I've been on it now for about 3 months, and I want to see if it's working. And then you can just say, I want a liver panel. And that's a way of you making sure that what you're doing is working. Because when I work with people, I suggest that they stay on it for 3 months, because the body, it did not happen overnight. It's not going to get rid of overnight. And then I suggest, okay, now go to Anytime Labs or Labs Anytime, and just ask them to draw a liver panel. And that is wonderful, because that allows us to take care of our own health, and we're in charge of our health.
That's a good idea. I got a thing, though. Here's the thing.
Okay.
You've probably seen this before, too. And this is one thing I think why you're so effective at what you do, too. I've noticed that when people go into their doctor, it's kind of like we don't tell you all the stuff. You ever seen that? Like, people come in like, oh, yeah, no, everything's really good, and everything's going really great. And you're like, why'd your blood work say your head's going to explode here? They're like, it's been really bad headaches. I didn't want to say anything, though. It's been bothering me. And people usually don't tell their doctor the whole truth. And I got to be very open with you. I've gone to the doctor. I've also done this. We're like, some bullshit's going on, but you're like, I'm not about to tell this doctor. They're about to put me on 10 meds, and they're about to fuck me up.
And put it on my record.
I also don't want any bad news. So I'm not going to tell you, because, I don't want to even get the bad news. I'd rather just not tell you. What's your advice to people who are just, I don't want to say anything?
Well, what my advice is if it's an issue that's been going on for a while, and you're starting to see that issue causing other issues in the body, whether it is headaches, sleeping, inflammation, then sometimes just a simple blood test will say, no, there really isn't anything wrong, or yes. I mean, one of the when people do blood work, one of the main there's different numbers that I really look at, and one of them is your C-reactive protein. How that tells you how much inflammation you have in the body. And I'll tell you, inflammation, aches and pains. And so we get that C-reactive protein down, and it's usually caused by diet, because again, when you do blood work, if that blood is dirty, then the labs are going to be dirty. And what is wonderful about changing your diet and doing cleanses and taking care of organs is that you will see that the blood work is going to get better. And it's not going to get better overnight, but you will see that it's getting better. And through baby steps, you will also feel so much better.
All right. Well, I remember you telling me some of the most important cleansing. And I know that each one is important, but if I have to start with, like, I gotta cleanse this thing out because of how important it is, where would you start? What would you begin with if I had to cleanse things out?
Well, if you are new to me and you needed cleansing, first of all, before I would even put you on a cleanse, I have to make sure that you have the energy to get rid of anything. So I'd have to, through muscle testing, see how your energy level is with just, how's your energy level? If your energy level is good, then the body can take care of cleanses. Then I do a colonic first, colon hydrotherapy. And by palpulating, I can tell, okay, is it the liver? Is it the colon? See what comes out. Am I seeing a lot of challenges in the yeast challenge and the parasitic challenges? And so the colon hydrotherapy is going to tell me what type of cleanse we need to start with. But if you have high liver enzymes, and I'm looking at your blood work, then, even though I may see a lot of stuff coming out of the large intestine, I'm going to be working on the high liver enzymes and working with your liver. And cleanses are anywhere between 30 days to 90 days, depending on what's going on with blood work and what's going on with you.
I know you said that liver, though.
That
Keep
liver.
keep that liver clean.
Keep that liver clean.
Yeah, so there's some pretty powerful things in being able to clean yourself out,
Mhm.
and especially since, like, even before we met you, but as soon as we met you, we've been taking detox very seriously.
Yes. Yes,
Like,
you guys have.
but you have to
Mhm.
listen. And I feel like those people who do, like, they're rigorous on their diet for, like, their 90 days, and then
Mhm.
they'll just take a month or two of just like, I've earned eating chocolate cake
Yeah.
every day.
Mhm.
They've earned it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then, like, I need to go back on that 90-day cleanse thing.
Mhm.
Like, sometimes I roller coaster this way because I know I got a cleanse coming up where it's like a time to do a detox. But
Uh-huh.
we take it pretty seriously. And
Mhm.
again, like, the only reason I got things on my blood work that are gonna be high is I know that I've been like, let's jack that thing up. Let's have too much creatine and see what happens, and just see what
See what
happens.
happens.
And then you're like, well,
Eh,
that happens.
yeah,
So you got
yeah.
to pull that back point
So
for.
so it'd be interesting before you did all that creatine, what your calcium numbers were, because is the creatine causing the calcium? Because creatine is kidneys, and calcium has to be filtered through the kidneys. So I have a feeling it's that. Another thing is organs hold emotions. So the liver holds anger, the kidneys hold fear. So when somebody like when somebody is angry all the time, it could be blood sugar, because blood sugar, hypoglycemic and hyperglycemic, that's a yo-yo, and you are nothing but a yo-yo jumping up and down, and that will cause a lot of anger issue. But it's amazing when people start really changing their diet, eating good whole foods, good quality foods, and cleaning the organ that holds the anger. It's amazing how husbands or wives will come up to me and say, gosh, I have my husband back, or I have my wife back.
You should clean the liver because
Clean
they're
their
so
liver.
angry.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It is pretty wild, though. Being able to work through all parts of it, and body side's so important. I'm glad that you're going to be helping out with body side stuff. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
because, like, we work so hard on mindset with the Warriors Way. We work on our stuff a lot to make sure mindset, heart, spirit. But
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where it's funny. Either people really understand body side, like, take care of your health, take care of your physical health. Like, either people understand it, or it's probably the most neglected one. And here's my hypothesis. Tell me if you've seen what I believe to be true or untrue.
Okay.
I believe the body is a reflection of the health of the mind, the heart, and the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
If your mind, heart, and spirit are not healthy, if your authenticity and who you are isn't good, if you're emotionally not okay, and if you're mentally strained or not okay, your body is going to reflect the health of the other ones.
Yes.
And so, like, people will just go straight to try to fix the body, but never work on their emotional suppression or their broken heart.
Right.
Or people will go and try and just, let me go ahead and take these vitamins instead of actually work on the truth or authenticity of grieving through something difficult that makes you authentic,
Mm-hmm.
being identified by your past or your trauma or your, fear.
Mm-hmm.
And then people lied to themselves a lot, and the deception element of the mind creating alternate realities to try to trick everybody, either for protection or for profit. But your soul knows, and your spirit knows, and your heart knows, and your mind knows you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
And the stress and all the things that come in from all of these things that you're doing, your body starts to keep score.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's one of those things where I know all of them come together, but then I think we look for the most efficiency of like, well, how do I clean out all this old nonsense from all these other elements that have piled up? My organs are keeping score on me here of
Mm-hmm.
how often I was angry and I couldn't deal with my heart, or how often I was afraid and I couldn't get out of my own head or my feels about the possibility of my kidneys are holding all this in here.
Mm-hmm.
Or because I'm not being authentic to me, I'm full of shit. Literally. So I got to clean out the coal in here because I'm not doing well in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm not being true to me, I'm literally probably going to be full of shit.
Yeah. No. Exactly. And if you're not being true to yourself, you don't care what you do to yourself. Self, inflicting wounds. Yeah. And the wonderful thing about the body is every day cells die and every day cells are reborn. So if you are doing wonderful detoxes, if you're eating well, if you are, on a new path to health, when those cells that die daily come into a cleaner environment, those cells are going to be cleaner. But if those cells die daily and come into the same type of environment, they're going to be just as nasty as the cells that died. So every day when you take care of yourself, you know that it is better and better because of that cellular health, that cellular life of yours. And I've had a lot of people, I had somebody just recently argue with me, which is fine. People argue all the time with you. But he said to me, which is, I've heard this before. He said, he says, according to the Bible, I am born a certain day and I'm going to die a certain day. And he says, so why do I care if I take care of myself and I eat good? And I said, really? This is how you think? And he says, yeah, why do I care? Might as well just eat ice cream and hot dogs and hamburgers and macaroni and cheese. And he says, because I'm going to die. I don't care. I've already got a limit on my life. I'm going to die. And I said, but don't you want to be able to dance with that granddaughter without having a an oxygen tank by you? Don't you want to be dancing with your granddaughter without in a wheelchair? Don't you want to just feel healthy? And you could see that a light bulb went off in his head because he'd been telling himself for years, I'm going to, I got a timetable. I'm going to die. So I might as well just eat what I want to eat. And it's amazing how when I take or suggest different foods taken away from people, it's like taking away their car. It's not so much taking away their kids, it's taking away their car. It's something important to them. And it's like, oh my goodness, I'm just telling you, for 30 days, get rid of this diet soda. And if you can do that, then we're going to move on to something else. But it's amazing when you change people's diet, how some people just really get upset.
I think it's really funny too. Listen, I work directly for God. Like I have deep connection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really funny when people make up a thing for God to
Mm-hmm.
do self-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I'm gonna die one day anyway. So this gift that God gave me for life and this life that I've chosen, and the body is my temple, and the way that I take care of myself is a reflection of how I'll take care of others. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I am gonna ruin this. I'm gonna drive this like I stole it. I'm not gonna take care of this. I'm not gonna do well by me. And I think again, it just shows like if you're gonna use God as an excuse to poison yourself, like I find a little bit of hypocrisy in this one. And I'm a Christ follower, and Jesus
Mm-hmm.
is pretty clear on like, don't do these radical hypocrisies where you're going to go there and say, well, I can eat all kinds of sicknesses and I can go ahead and do all these things because God's already got a plan for me, so I can just go ahead and be as reckless as I want to be. And it's like, what kind of interesting self-worship are you doing and blaming it on God?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to blame God for my own self-destruction.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got a plan. It's
Oh.
part of the plan. Me
Oh.
destroying me is part of the plan. And I'm like, it's a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's my judgment. I'm judging.
No, it is.
But I'm judging the way that I'd like to be judged. So I'm
Mhm.
putting it out there. Like, I'm Matthew 7:1. I'll judge me how I'd like to be judged.
Mhm.
But how am I going to be an example of a leader or a good person, like towards myself, good man, if I'm not good to me and I lead myself into destruction in the name of God? How am I, my self-righteousness is turning into hypocrisy. And yet I can justify making myself sick in the name of God.
Yes. Yeah.
What an interesting argument.
Oh, that way. Yeah. Believe it or not, I've heard that in the 48 years I've been in business, I've heard that probably 10, 12 times. And it's like, no, I got a timetable. Don't care.
Well, there are a lot of versions of the Bible. I'd have to see which one they're using.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, this one says drink poison because God doesn't give a fuck. And I'm like, which Bible are you reading?
I know. There's a lot of people preaching Bibles that aren't true, aren't they?
Which did you make your own? Which Bible was that? Here's a Geneva one. I've got that one. Like, which one are you doing? What the heck?
Oh, I know. It's
no, God said eat ice cream. That's why God made ice cream. It was back in the time of Moses. It fell from heaven. That's what manna was.
Manna.
Manna was actually,
that was manna.
It was just, it was like, what I think manna was is, I'm pretty sure it was that like spaceship ice cream, like the freeze dried ice cream they would have for NASA. I'm pretty sure that's manna. So good. That stuff's so good.
Oh God,
freeze dried ice cream. I'm pretty sure that's health food.
I am so lactose intolerant. I'm looking like I'm pregnant just while we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's manna. Again, God said freeze dried ice cream. I'm pretty sure it says it in one of the chapters in the Bible.
Oh, I'm sure you can find it.
Go to the NASA ice cream place, get the freeze dried ice cream. It's in the Bible. God said there's a time frame.
There's a time frame for that. I'm sure.
That's shenanigans. Take care of yourself. So silly, though. I do find it funny, too. You look at the doctor, somebody who, like, because you work holistic. Like, you're like, we're not doing medication that hurts you. I know this is a sensitive subject for people, and I'm not trying to get us super canceled, but we're going to have to have a real perspective on this one. What are some of the reasons right now why, like, I went holistic? Because you weren't always holistic. Where you used to work as a doctor, regular doctor's office. I don't know the back.
No, I am a in-home nurse and an in-home massage therapist.
Okay.
So yes. So and again, what got me into this basically was because again of the bleeding ulcer in 7th grade.
Okay.
You
went through experience, understanding, and you went the what really works route.
And right. And when I was in 7th grade, I was giving myself enemas because I was lucky if I pooped every 10 days. And so no wonder I was so ill. I had acne so bad on my face that nobody ever asked me to prom. Because again, when the colon shuts down, the skin has to take. You can tell how healthy somebody's colon is by looking at their skin. But anyway, so I've had health problems my whole life. I was just blessed to have a wonderful mother that said, you know what, Julia, you educate yourself, you go to the library, get as much books that you can about, health, and then we'll sit and talk. And so I did all the homework, and then Mom and I had a game plan. But when I had a bleeding ulcer in 7th grade, back then, and I certainly hope they don't do it now, but I'm not into medical, so I don't know what they do. I was put on a diet that was, if I would have followed them, I was going to be put on a diet that was nothing but sugar. They told me because I had a stomach problem, I had to have ice cream, I had to have a pudding, I had to have Jell-O. First of all, those aren't foods. And second of all, I had so much yeast in me that all those foods created more yeast and more bad bacteria and more yeast and more bad bacteria. So when they told me what I was going to be having, it didn't make sense to me. And I said, I can't do this. And I mean, I knew it. And I knew at a young age that I was lactose intolerant, even though it wasn't, back then nobody talked about lactose. I knew that I had a gluten problem. Everything I ate, it just stayed in the gut. And so I'm a huge believer in finding out what people's issues are. Do you have a dairy problem? Do you have a gluten problem? Do you have a wheat problem? And most people do, because wheat is not genetically modified, and gluten is in all of our foods, unless you're getting, pure food, meaning, meat and chicken and eggs and that. But then you got to find out if there's gluten in there, because they'll feed them with that. So you just have to make sure that you know where your food is coming from, and you know what source of your food. I get my food from local farmers. I get my chicken and my eggs and my beef from a farmer in Forreston, Illinois. And I know I can go out there and I can watch the chickens play outside, and I can see what they're doing with their cows and everything. So you have to know where your food's coming from.
Like like this is where I respect competency highly. You're like, well, let me show you what I've eaten. Here's how sick I was and how that was overcome. And then also you've overcome cancer.
Yes.
Yeah. And so like you lived through this and you've been cancer free 25 years now.
25, yes.
Like there are things that you're doing that are like, no, this works. And I don't know how far you want to go with this, but just know that people can talk to you and go, I'll show you the thing that worked. I do it and did it.
Yes, yes. And the thing with, I've been blessed. Again, I was told I wouldn't see my son graduate. I saw him graduate. I saw him get married. I've been blessed. And if something happens tomorrow, next month, next year, I've been blessed. But I also have spent a lot of money on my health, because a $15 copay is not going to take care of it. It is making sure that you know what your priorities are. And my priority is my health, so I can be with my son and daughter-in-law.
Pretty awesome, Doc. Pretty awesome. All right. I have a feeling, and tell me if I'm reading you right. You got a lot you want to say, but this ain't the place to say it, but they should book a call with you to have that real talk.
Yes.
Because you're like, no, I really will show you how to beat this. But I know if we're posting this, can't be saying that.
Right.
True or not true?
True.
So, listen, Doc, I know you got a lot of tricks in that backpack. I know you got a lot of stuff that you're like, I'm letting you know that this can be done. I'll show you how it does work because I have done it. Yes. True or not true?
True. And then it's just a matter of if people are going to do it, because I can give people all the education that they need, and explain what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. But that's where I stop. Now it's up to you to do it. And there's a lot of people that want to do it, but there is a few people that just said, you know what, I'd just rather take that cholesterol pill and not worry about it. And it's like, God, fine. Maybe one day you'll call me again. Never know.
Well, the Bible says, so silly. Thou shalt take cholesterol pill versus eat healthy food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I keep asking people, where in the Bible does it say macaroni and cheese?
Oh, that's near the end. It's in Revelation.
Oh, okay.
It's a revelation.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's delicious.
Okay.
It was a revelation when I had it. I'm like, this is delicious.
Okay, yeah. Because I took classes on herbs of the Bible, and then it really went into, basically the Bible tells us how to eat. And yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to find it, because people.
I'm pretty sure it says in there at some point, eat straight from a box. Processed food is the best food.
Okay, well,
I'm pretty sure that was actually from Jesus himself.
Oh, you think so?
He said, if it's from a box, then it works.
You think so? Okay, well, you show me that verse.
Yeah, I'll email it to you.
Okay, you do that. You do that.
That's a joke. For anybody who wants to Bible wrestle, I'll wrestle with you. I go pretty hard on it, but I'm just saying, a lot of funny things with like people trying to create justifications for hurting themselves.
Yeah, it is.
Very interesting stuff. Hey, Doc, I think what I'm going to do, because I wanted people to get to know who you are, and we're
Yes.
going to be doing a lot of stuff in the future. Dr. Julia is going to be doing calls with the Warriors Way. And we're going to be doing calls every week where people can come in and just ask questions. And I think you're going to be helping out with the body side element of let's get healthy, let's clean you out, let's get healthy, let's make sure that you're not putting poison in you and hurting yourself. And here's what I think I've noticed. I've talked to Dr. Lodi, I've talked to you, I've talked to other doctors in this realm. And you're like, if you clean you out, you can kill just about anything, any diseases and all these things that are happening right now in abundance. And you're like, I know how to do it. I'll show you what to do, but you got to call me and you'll be doing these classes with us. And I'm very excited for what you're going to be teaching. So
I am too. I love teaching.
Let's go ahead and put a pin in this right now, because there's going to be a lot of good questions, I think, that are coming up. So I encourage you guys, what we're doing now, I'm putting this out there. This is public. We're going to be doing calls every week. You guys can be a part of. Jump in on the Discord calls, and you guys can come in and do Q&As. I'm going to be starting in on the men's side. The women's side is getting started, so we'll start with the men's side, make sure our guys are good, and then Doc will open you up and give you a whole nother area to the women's area as that's set up too.
Wonderful.
And we're going to have a lot of people that you can really start helping very quickly, because we use you. Like, listen, the docs helped me get through some shit. Literally. Punch my fist. Literally. The doc will help you get cleaned out. She knows her stuff. She'll be helping me. I'll be doing my next cleanse. Parasite cleanse is coming up in the next month. So I think, in the next month, I'll be doing my next parasite cleanse with you. And so you'll be teaching, how do we do this? How do we stay safe? How do we clean ourselves out? How do we regulate to make it so that you can have a longer life, not because it's preordained, but because you take care of the temple that's been given to you.
Exactly.
And if you can balance yourself out, mind, heart, body, and spirit, you have to do all of them. And these are way more weapons in the body side.
Yes.
All right. Let's stay healthy and love on our people, right?
Yes.
All right, Doc, we'll be seeing you every single week. You guys, please jump in, join in the Discord area, reach out, DM, whatever you have to get in touch with us, email us, whatever you do, click the links, find a way. There's a way to get in touch with us. And then you'll be able to jump in with the calls with the doc and ask all the questions that you need to ask. Please take notes before you start telling doctors how shit works. Just listen first, try it, see if she's right. If she's not right, go back to your ice cream. The Lord has.
The Lord has blessed it. The Lord has blessed it.
The Lord told you to. In any case, thank you, Doc.
Oh, thank you. Rick.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Click on the button and you can become the hero in your own story. It's time to start making the choices to change. And the evolution that you're going to do begins with choosing the next step. This is the way. And together, we're always stronger.